right. Matthias, what is up? Yes, this is a impromptu live stream because I just saw Superman today. I just had McDonald's, so I probably have food in my teeth too. And I wanted to talk about it. I'm sure a couple peeps will show up. I'm hoping some people who are not part of our group show up to talk about Superman. And if not, then we just chat. Matthias says, "Oh shit, so you're feeling amazing." I'm feeling pretty good. I gotta figure out a place to put my phone though. It's put it over there. I can't read it. But yeah, man. Oh, Matthias, come on. I love my group. But I did see Superman. I posted my spoiler-free review. And I don't know, Matthias, are you into superhero movies and stuff like that? That is the question. But yeah, I really was hoping some peeps would show up to chat. I don't know if I want to do spoilers, but I could kind of just talk. I gotta pull up the stream over here. These says nah. Let me just set a goal for an hour. So I am into lots of movies. These never watch any of them, so I hope more will show up. Well, this is kind of new to me because even when the Marvel universe started in movies, and that was 2008 or 2009, I wasn't watching them back then. I didn't start watching till 2014, I think. So I had to catch up. And then I watched and I enjoyed them all. And with DC, I think it was the same. I did not see Superman, well, Man of Steel. I did not see that in the theater. I saw Wonder Woman in the theater. I didn't see Justice League in the theater, and I didn't see Batman vs Superman in the theater. But I kind of enjoyed them all. You know, all these movies have flaws, but I had fun with them. But the biggest takeaway for me is I don't read comic books. I never have. There was one point in 2016 or 17, I think 2000, yeah, 16 and 17 when I first moved here, where I started buying comics that were out at that time. And they were pretty cool, but I never read the old ones. So Marvel's universe is more realistic. And what I mean by that is their universe is, and what the DCEU was before the reboot, which started with Creature Commandos and now Superman, they both felt like they took the characters from the comic books and dropped them into the real world, like where we live. That's what I mean by realistic. So if Superman were in our world, what would happen? James Gunn has rebooted it, and he has Peacemaker is a TV show, and then Creature Commandos was an animated show, and then we have Superman. So Superman in this new version is more of taking the people from this world and putting you into a comic book, which means basically that Superman, the movie that just came out, is just very, very cartoony. Even though it's live action, it's very cartoony, very comic booky. And the way people described it kind of is true. It just feels like a comic book in real life. So the jokes are kind of corny. They have things in the like Crypto, the dog is in it, which is, James Gunn as a director, he has his style. You could tell this is his movie. He has an animal in almost everything. Is it a bad thing or do you like some elements of it? So for this movie, and I said it in my review one, it is a very good movie. Like James Gunn, I don't think has made a bad movie. All of the Guardians of the Galaxies are very good. There are some things in those movies that I don't like, but the movies are great. The Suicide Squad, the one that he did, some people hate it, but I enjoy it. All of his movies are kind of similar, where it's a ragtag group of people. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy was a group, the Suicide Squad was a group, Creature Commandos was a group. Like he does that story so well, and he's really good at it. And this Superman movie, though it wasn't a group, there was a group in it. There were a lot of characters. He's really good with a lot of characters. So all that to say, if someone is going to see this movie and they read comic books, this is going to be the greatest comic book Superman movie they'll ever see. But if you're a person like me who doesn't read the comic books, you'll enjoy the movie, but there will be parts in it that you just roll your eyes at because it is kind of corny. And the Marvel movie that I compare it to, sort of in certain ways, is Thor Love and Thunder. Because as far as Marvel, how I said most of them are kind of realistic, Thor Love and Thunder was a very comic booky movie. There was a lot of bad jokes in it, and there would be an action sequence, and then you knew, like you physically knew they were going to put a joke in, right? So you're watching it, they say something, and you're like, okay, here comes the joke, and then it comes. So for me, this movie, from beginning to end, the plot of the movie is so cool. It's just every couple of minutes something happens, and I'm just like, not that again. Or what did they say? Like, they use kind of comic book writing in it. Things that you would, if you're reading a comic, like Superman says, I don't know if you're familiar, or everyone's familiar with Goofy, but you know how Goofy says, gosh? He's like, garsh, right? Like Superman says garsh, I think like three, four, five times. And I'm like, no one says that, but it's a comic book. That's what I mean. So the characters, though, David, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I have to pull up the cast so I can read it because I'm very bad. Superman 2025 cast. David Cornsweet plays Superman. He is a very good Superman. Like, really good. Rachel Brosnahan plays Lois Lane. And the funny thing is, I didn't even mention Lois Lane in my review, which wasn't because she wasn't good. She's a great actress. There was just so many things on my mind when I was doing my little notes about just other things that it just slipped my mind. And that's not like a saying the movie is lacking, but she's great. She's a great actress. She played a very, very good Lois Lane, but there really wasn't anything memorable in the movie about her to me. Um, the most memorable people in the movie to me was obviously Superman, Crypto, because the dog was kind of forced on us, so you have to remember him. Lex Luthor, very good villain, and that was Nicholas Hoult, did a good Lex Luthor, memorable. And then Mr. Terrific, one of the side characters, was really good. And those are the four characters that I most remember coming out of it. Um, they all had really good scenes. The two best scenes, or my favorite scenes of the movie, included Lex in one when they were kind of like at a prison. The scene was so, like, for a movie that was so bright and fun and comic book and jokey, there was one section that was super dark. And of course, that was my favorite part. And then there was one section where they were at Clark's family home on the Kent farm. And that was really emotional. That was a good scene. And everything else to me was just like, it was good. It was fine. It's just there was little things here and there that just made me roll my eyes. Latif says, why are there still no people? It's probably because I I went live without any time. I think I gave 5 minutes because I just like I thought of it and figured maybe someone will see the hashtag Superman and come on and chat. Althea says, I'd love to talk. Well, you don't have to talk too much. You can say whatever you want. Like, since this is a live and it'll be up there, I'm just going to talk. And if someone catches it after, then they could watch it. But they had another group of characters, like I said, uh, not the Justice League, but the Justice Gang. And I think you might know Nathan Fillion. He's from Firefly. He plays a character. And then Isabella Marced plays a character. She's from a lot of stuff. And I forgot the guy's. Let me just get his real name. Who plays Mr. Terrific? I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Edie Gathelge. Mr. Terrific was so much fun. But as a group, they really only needed, to me, Mr. Terrific. I don't think they really needed the other two characters in this movie. There were just so many characters. And the funny thing is, it didn't make it confusing. Like a lot of people said, oh, there was so much stuff in there. I didn't know what was going on. It was confusing to me. But that wasn't the case for me. It wasn't a movie that was hard to follow. It was just it didn't need that many characters. Even if it was just Mr. Terrific and not the other two, he could have done everything on his own, pretty much. Because he is the smartest character. I don't know in the entire DC, but in this movie, he's kind of like their Tony Stark, where if he needs to hack into something, he knows how to do it. If he needs a piece of tech, he has it. If he needs to figure something out, he could do it. So it was just interesting. And then, yeah, I don't want to spoil that um, reveal, but I think everyone guessed it. And it wasn't even that big of a thing because technically you'll probably never see the character again. Um, the other villains, like the big giant monsters and Ultraman and stuff like that, they were cool. The fight scenes were cool. The CGI was really good. There were certain places where it wasn't. Like there was a little baby in the movie. One of the characters who was like a metahuman, their son, and that looked terrible. But most of the CGI looked fine. But I really appreciated how the movie was really bright, where a lot of comic book movies or some shows and stuff in general, like when it's nighttime, especially, you can't see anything. They want to make it so realistic. It's like it's nighttime, you wouldn't be able to see. But most of the movie was in daylight, and it was nice to actually see everything and all the colors. They would go like 5, 10 minutes, and you're like, you're watching, and then they just throw a gag in, and you're like, ah, it was going so well. But I don't know. Miss Osnola joined. We are talking Superman here. No spoilers. So if you've seen it, let me know what you thought about it. It would be crazy if this live was like private and I forgot to make it public. Nope, it's public. It is public. What else? What else? The good thing though to me, and for anyone who might not appreciate the tone of the movie, even though I don't care for it, I also understand that you can do Superman like this. Superman to me is like, I'm not a big Superman fan, to be honest. He's kind of boring to me, but you could do this because he is kind of corny. Um, I don't like his suit. The suit looks ridiculous, but that's not a reason, or like I didn't use that to form my opinion on the movie. It's just I don't like the suit. I think it's dumb. But like yeah, the movie is good. Lathea says that'd be crazy because then I'd be in your private circle. I'd love for you to be in my private circle. Um, there was a couple of cameos. One of them worked for me because it fit perfectly, and it was also funny. But then the big cameo, it just felt like it was put there just to like, we know something is coming, and it's like, oh, cool, we get to see it. But like, I really didn't care. I mean, I know comic book fans are probably going crazy about it, which is cool. That's who these movies really are for. They're for the people who read the comics, and then they also need to tailor the movies to get people like me to want to watch more. So before I went on a tangent, the tone of Superman, though silly and not really my thing, is fine to me because I know they cannot do Batman like this. Like, you can't. Every hero is going to have their own tone. And then when they all come together, it all just depends like where they are, right? Superman's from Metropolis. So if Batman is in Metropolis, it's going to be corny. And he's probably going to be like, what the fuck is going on here? And then if Superman is in Gotham, he just might be depressed or wondering why it's so gloomy and stuff like that. But I think that would work. I just hope that James Gunn doesn't direct everything because even though I like his style, I don't need everything to be a James Gunn movie. I want there to be differences between projects. But he already said he's writing not a Superman sequel, but a movie coming off of Superman. And I kind of think it might be about Mr. Terrific. Kira, what's going on? Up, up, and away indeed. So, the Mr. Terrific, how charismatic he is and cool and smart and just sure of himself. I could watch something like that. If there was a movie about him, I would watch it. And I know it would be a different, and I don't want to keep saying tone, but a Mr. Terrific movie would be happy, I think, and hilarious because of all of like the quips and one liners. Even though I didn't laugh at everything Mr. Terrific said, they were all good where I could see him saying it. Like, it makes sense. It didn't feel like someone forced a joke in it. It was just his personality. And if he had his own movie or his own show, I think it would be pretty damn hilarious. Kira says, "What's great about Superman? I still haven't seen it, but I don't care about spoilers." I could answer it without spoiling it, just in case. But the great thing about the movie is for all the people who read comic books. And I said it a little bit earlier, and I said it in my review that I posted. This is a comic book reader's dream. But if you're a casual fan like me, you'll enjoy it, but it won't be for you because there's just a lot of silliness that goes on in it too, and jokes that don't land, but you could tell like they were pulled from a comic book or dialogue that's really does sound like it was written by a comic book writer. Um, but the characters were cool. Um, I don't want to say like, well, one thing James Gunn, I think he's a great writer for his movies. I think he writes all his characters well. I know people who hate him will, for some reason, say he doesn't write women well, which I mean, in the Guardians, the women are written very well, I think. But in this movie, like to me, Lois Lane was forgettable. And not that I don't want to say it in a bad way because the actress when she was on screen was really good, But to me, she didn't really do much. And I don't know how much she's supposed to do in the first place because I don't read the comic books and I know she's a reporter and that's what she does. I don't know. She doesn't fight. She's not a superhero. So she had a cool scene with an interview, and then it was just about her loving Clark, and then she flies a plane. But I don't know. Besides that, they really wanted to push romance, which worked to me because you could see how much Lois and Clark care about each other and how much they love each other, like in general. It's not just physical, they really do care about each other. But I felt like that was her only role in the movie because I don't think she talks to another woman in the movie because most of the cast are men. So, Kira says, "It's okay, Lathis, if you must yell at me, so be it." Well, you deserved it. Um, I don't know if you're a particular fan, I'm talking to you, Kira, of James Gunn's movies. Lathis says caring about other people so woke. I mean, of all the relationships, like at least I was able to tell that they did care about each other. And it wasn't just, oh, I get to date Superman, right? It was more because something happens where she, you could see the concern on her face, and it was cool. Um, but yeah, if you like silly stuff, I think you'll like it. Um, Crypto, the super dog, I forgot his like real full name, was kind of like Baby Groot to me. If you watch Guardians Volume 2, which I think is my third favorite Guardians. I think I like Volume 3, Volume 1, then Volume 2. Not that it's bad, but I think just some of the jokes in that take me out. But yeah, and that, like, if something's happening, Baby Groot would just be there. And it's kind of the same with Crypto. It's like Crypto is just happens to be there when he's needed. Kira says, yeah, the people upset with Superman being an alien and caring about the smallest life form. He's a hero, right? That's what they do. Yeah. The other thing that makes it really comic booky is they really, really push to show you how much he wants to save people, which is good. Like Superman saves people. And in hindsight, I feel like they did that because of a plot point. I think it was kind of like this is what's going to happen in this movie, so we have to kind of show this happening because I think he saves a squirrel and okay, Superman of all the people who are like in trouble and almost getting crushed by buildings, of course he's going to find the one squirrel that he needs to save, but like in I guess context of the story, they want us to see that because the writers know what's going to happen in like 20 minutes where the people are going to be like, "What?" So, that's kind of the thing. Um I I definitely would have preferred a movie that just had Superman in it. Um like I said, as much as I liked Mr. Terrific and some of the other characters, I, di- I, I didn't need it. But then again, this movie takes place where metahumans have been around for 3,000 years, I think, or 300 years. And Superman has been Superman for 3 years. So there's no origin story, which I do like. So if there's been metahumans and Superman's been here 3 years, then we know there are other heroes out there. And it's kind of cool that you get to see them. Um, but they're in it for a lot of it. And he needs help for everything, which again, just me, I prefer Superman to not need help. but he needed help from like the Justice Gang. He needed help from Crypto and a whole bunch of stuff. But it's an ensemble. Kira, what's up? And then the last part that kind of, again, I don't want to say I didn't like. It's just, it wasn't my cup of tea, was how Lex was able to kind of, in the first three-quarters of the movie, have people dominate Superman, where you're like, Superman wouldn't get his ass kicked like this. And then you find out why, and it's kind of like, very comic booky. Like, definitely not real world. But again, all in all, very good movie. It just wasn't my favorite type of, my favorite genre. Shira, what is going on? I'm guessing I'm the only one who's seen it already. And I thought Fantastic Four was next week, but Fantastic Four is in 2 weeks. Also, funny thing, I might go live tomorrow again and maybe play video games or just do something else. Because I think Kind Assassin's going to be with her friends. Or maybe I'll watch a show or something live. Or I'll take a nap. I don't know. But yeah, like if you go on social media, most of the people who think the movie is perfect are definitely comic book fans. And then the people who think it's good and that it has some problems are usually people like me who aren't. This is like, oh, notice all menaces. Kira says, I saw a reaction drop of Superman from Ellie Moses. He saw it the previous night, but Australia is usually ahead of us. Yeah, I remember. I think I said it. I was supposed to see it on Tuesday, but I did not buy the ticket because the showing would have been at 7 p.m. and I didn't want to miss you guys at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. And Kira is level 10. But like, this is a perfect start for their new universe. Perfect character to start it with. Superman. Like, everybody's been waiting for Superman. And the genius part about it is, and I'm going about the crazies, like the Snyder crazy people. Man of Steel, I think, was, I don't even know, 15 years ago. So, regardless how you felt about that, if you loved Man of Steel, you wanted a Man of Steel sequel, and technically you never got it, right? So, you've been waiting, waiting, waiting for Superman. And I'm talking about normal people who enjoyed Man of Steel. Then, if you were someone who just did not like that take on Superman, then again, you've been waiting, waiting, waiting for Superman. There's a huge subset of people who just want to enjoy a Superman movie, and they haven't been able to in 15 years. So, hell yeah, start your universe with Superman. It's like, as long as it's good and people like the tone and the way you're shaping this character, it's going to make money. And even though it doesn't have to make $1 billion, it has to make some money, right? It is kind of shocking that Superman doesn't make $1 billion. Like, the top three superheroes, I think number one is Spider-Man, and then Batman, Superman, like the top three. Spider-Man always makes a billion or close to it. Batman, I think the Batman almost made 2 billion or something like that. But Superman like never makes a billion. Anyways, the movie is good. It's got good word of mouth. I feel like it'll probably make at least $700 million, which is good. And then just keep putting out good shit. Like, just keep putting out good movies. That's all you really need to do. The thing is, now everybody's waiting for a Batman movie. And some people want Robert Pattinson in this universe. Some people want a new one. But I know the next DC movie we're getting is next year, Supergirl. So we're starting with the Super family. And then I think there's like a Clayface movie, which is a villain, but I don't know who the next hero movie is going to be. That I don't think they've announced yet. Shira says she loves Nicholas Holt. He was really good as Lex Luthor. Like his acting, there were some things that the writing made him do that I was like, eh. But of my two favorite scenes in the movie, he's in one of them, and it is dark, so dark. Lathea says that didn't sound all too convincing. I think you could rephrase that, Shira. Lathea says, "Oh damn it, I don't have mod power, so I have no power." I've been want Lathea. I know you're not on every stream, but I know I said one time I wanted to give people mod powers here, and no one wanted it. Uni, welcome to TikTok Live. We're talking about Superman. And I think I got a notification on my phone. But these says, oh, what? Yeah, I wanted to make people mods. So if I go into my studio and then I go into, is it settings? And then permissions. No, it's not that. It is, oh yeah, community moderators. So in mods, I have paste the channel URL of a user to add as a managing mod. What does that mean? These users have the same capabilities as standard mod, but in addition, they can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live. So, with these, I just need to find your URL. Let me see if I could just put your name. Sometimes it doesn't work. With this, no, it's not showing up. Matthias, what is your YouTube at? I got to get to your web page. I wish there was a way to do it. Channel active. Oh, go to channel. There we go. Now I have. There you are. You're gonna have a lot of power now, Matthias. You're gonna have a lot of power. How is there no match found? That's literally your at. You've got to be kidding me. All right, that didn't work. So I guess it does have to be the URL. Is it this? YouTube is sometimes not very intuitive. That didn't work either. Sorry, I'm trying here. There it is. This is your URL. Holy jeez Louise. I'm struggling here. I'm struggling. I'm almost there. There you are. Lathias is a moderator. All right, where am I? Kira says, Screen Sanctum, was the super pup bearable? He looked cute, but heard Superman starts the film all beat up and bruised and he calls for him. I didn't need Crypto in this movie. He was cute. He's there to sell toys. He does a lot in the movie, and he's there so the kids like it. They were very smart about this movie to get as many people in the theater as possible and it's like perfect to me where I would watch it again because there are things that I like about it. Like I like this, and I don't like this and I don't like this. And then the kids are gonna love this and love this, but they won't even understand this, right? And then the moms and dads are gonna love this. Like there's something for everybody to like, and I think that's genius. Lathea says, doesn't it show up with just the name? It didn't for me. See, there's Lathea. He got the little gear icon. Althea says, Shira, you better shush now. No need to reveal my identity. I have mod powers. And he says, thanks, Steve. Well, Screen Sanctum. You are very welcome. Jay is here. What's going on? So I don't know, Kira, Shira, Jay, does anybody else want to be a mod? I know we don't get too many other users to come in to like help with it, but I got Lathias in here. What just happened? I got to go back to my settings, community mods. Jay says, I'll be a mod if need be. It's just for like precaution, to be honest. Like if someone's doing something really, really crazy. Oh, Lord. I hate when I try to. Oh, my God. When I just try to freaking. It's so crazy, Jay, how many names you have. It's out of control. All right, we got Jay. Jay is a mod. Sure, so I heard there wasn't a lot of Clark. No. Now that I think about it, there wasn't a lot of Clark, but again, of my two favorite scenes, one of them is with Clark in it. I think there's really only two scenes with him. I think the very beginning and then the scene that I like, and then the rest is Superman, which I feel like, again, was a smart choice for this movie to make as much money as it can. And then going forward, they could for sure do whatever they want. Kira says, yeah, it's all combed back in Greece when he's Superman, I think. That's the thing. I remember in the trailer, they're like, oh my God, it's so cool. When he's Superman, his hair is neat. And when he's Clark, he looks like a weirdo when he's like walking into the Daily Planet. And we do get that scene. But besides that, to me, I don't remember his hair being any different. But they do explain why people don't know. And I it's not a huge spoiler, and this is another thing to me I did not need. If you want me to tell you what it is, let me know. Do do do. Ah, shnikes. Ah, shnikes. Go to channel. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just going to people's pages, making some people mods. I think this is the kind of mod that I'm supposed to be making people. I don't even know. TBH. I'm just going here. Okay. You can manage blocked words and change chat. I don't even know what that means. We'll see. Sheer is a mod. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just giving everybody power. Huh. That's weird. Okay. Now where's Kira at? We got Kira some love. It's funny, I've never actually been to no one's page before. I didn't know you can do this. I don't know if Kira and Shira, your pictures are you, but if they are, now I know what you guys look like because I had no idea. I had no idea. Okay, we got Kira. All right. Where are we? Kira says, I don't want to be a mod, but giving power to Sheer is like giving power to orange weirdos. Well, it's not necessarily giving you responsibility. Like it's a just in case. Because who knows who's on any given Tuesday. But if other people come on and they're being disrespectful and I happen to not see it, at least somebody who is here can be like block or mute or whatever. That's all. Jay says, so now you're giving us lame duck jobs. Yeah, I'm like the Cheeto, just making people, giving you all titles, and it doesn't really mean anything. Jay said, pick a lane where either the elite members. Oh my God. Too funny. It's going to be a mutiny. Pretty soon, all the mods are going to rage against me and lock me out of my own account. Oh my gosh. Oh, so yeah, the does anyone care about the Clark Kent Superman hair glasses spoiler? Civil War Part 1. Oh man, oh man. Jay says, I say the mods and I start a simple meeting not about unionize. You guys. All right. Jay said, did you decide if you're going to see F1? Everyone's saying it's good. It just doesn't like it doesn't seem like I would like it or it would be a movie that I'd enjoy. But a lot of times some of my favorite movies are the ones that people force me to see. Shira says there was a YouTube short about Clark taking off the glasses and Jimmy's like, "Where's Clark?" Well, in this one, the thing is, and I'll go back to like the 1978 one because Christopher Reeve does a really good job just acting differently. See, the main thing about not being a lot of Clark in the movie is a lot of the time he's Clark with Lois Lane, and Lois Lane is dating him, and Lois Lane knows he's Superman. So, yes, he's in his plain clothes, but he's Superman. He doesn't have to pretend to be Clark. We only see him in the Daily Planet, I think, once. So you really don't get a lot of the real Clark. But anyways, they said that his glasses have a power that if I see Clark Kent with his glasses on, I can't recognize his face. Like I see him, but I can't put two and two together because it like boggles my vision or something in my brain where I can't notice it's Superman. Kira says, "What's F1?" It's a keyboard, a button on my keyboard. Jay says, I mean, to be honest, I didn't see Top Gun on my own. Someone showed it to me and it was amazing, but I never saw the second one. Yeah, I saw Top Gun. I reacted to it last year, I think, or 2 years ago. I haven't seen Maverick. Jay says, I always get it mixed up that there was a George Reeves and Christopher Reeve. Yeah, it's so crazy, and they were both Superman. Kira says Christopher Reeve would change his posture and the way he interacted with the world. It was so, yeah, it was really good. But again, David Cornsweet is a really good Superman. Like he's good. Believe me, he is really, really good. That's the thing. The funniest is though Jimmy Olsen, and again, this is James Gunn humor, where the not so, what's the word? When someone isn't like hot, they're not conventionally attractive. Where it's the not so conventionally attractive dude gets all the girls. And that's basically what he does. Like, again, it's another plot device for the movie. Like, if he if he wasn't getting chicks, then Superman loses, basically. So, Shearer says, I did see that Ben Affleck movie where he played George Reeves. Such a sad ending for the actor in real life. I don't remember. It might be from that, but is that where that picture comes from where Ben Affleck is in Superman's costume Was it from that movie? But again, when you make a movie that is very comic booky, it's fine to put as many plot devices in it as you need because it's not real and it's not trying to be real. It's trying to be a book. So that's kind of my 2 cents. Dun, dun, dun. Shearer says, yeah, the old TV serialized Superman show was pretty good for the time. I don't remember watching that. I definitely watched the serialized Batman with Adam West, obviously in reruns. Kira says, I just want Fantastic Four and I want it now. That one I thought was next week, but it's in 2 weeks. But it's another one that's getting great reviews. They've only let people see the first 30 minutes or 30 minutes of it, and they're saying it's really good. But I think actually the premiere, the London premiere, I think is tonight. Let me see. 9 hours ago, it says Fantastic Four First Steps, London Red Carpet. So yeah, I think that is today, and so there might be reviews for it coming out today. But here's something that I wanted to mention. Um, when it comes to like review bombing, so I was very surprised that the Snyder folk didn't review bomb this movie. But then in my head, I remembered Superman's not a woman. Captain Marvel got review bombed, and Ironheart got review bombed. Why? Because they're women characters, basically. Kira says, I feel like there should be a joke. How many moderators does it take to screw in a light bulb? For Screen Sanctum, it takes 4. Well, everyone gets a nice blue gear. And then I think I made the kind assassin one. And then my personal account is one. So if I come on here, oh, I can't do it. Anyways, but who is here? Fanya Business on TikTok. What's up? We're talking about Superman. I wish there was a way for TikTok lives to let you put a subject. I don't think you could put a live subject. Or maybe you can. I just have no idea how. But yeah, so I did not buy the popcorn bucket. They do have a Superman whatchamacallit, telephone booth popcorn bucket. And that was actually something I didn't even think of, obviously because it's 2025 and there really aren't telephone booths. And again, I just saw the movie. He doesn't rip his shirt off to turn into Superman ever. Now that I think of it, he's either just in his clothes and then, the next time you see him, he's Superman. But I don't remember him ever taking the stuff off. Boomhauer's here. Yeah, it was just I had seen Superman and then I did my review non-spoil. Then I did like a super short YouTube short review. And I said, why not just hop on live? Maybe someone will catch the hashtag and want to talk about it. But once again, it is just me and my lovely, lovely regulars. Boom says, can't think of better moderators. I'm basically making, well, if you want to be, actually, I didn't give Shearer and Kira a choice. I don't think they wanted to be, but I made them anyway. Shearer says her moderator power should be handed off to someone else. I know there's a possibility for me to abuse the power. Well, I can't force anyone. So, Shira, if you don't want to be a mod, your wish is my command. Oh, but Kira and Shira, I didn't see if you answered. Are your pictures in YouTube actually you? So, Shira, no more. Boom says, so I missed the start. What do you think of the movie? Ah, that's cool. It's a pretty picture. Boom, Howard, what did I think? So, long story short, one, the movie was good. Two, it wasn't my cup of tea. So basically, I just feel like you have to really love the comic books to love the movie. It was very cartoony, very comic booky. That was the tone they went for, and but I enjoyed it. But like you kind of understand what I'm saying. It was a good movie, but for me, it was just okay. There was just things in it that took me out of it. Kira says, I need to update my photo, but yes, my photo on Instagram is different. Oh, my regulars are gorgeous and handsome. Oh man. Althea says, we know you're a menace, but also an honest menace. Boom says, it's subjective, man. I hear you. Like one of my friends in New York loves comic books. He's gonna absolutely freaking love this movie. Like, I know it. Because there's just so much in there that he's gonna love. But like I was saying to them, I personally could be like into it, just into the movie, and then something would happen, like a gag or something silly, and then I'm just like, did we really need that? Shira says it's over 2 hours though. Yeah, I think it is. I will say though, it was quick. Like there's a lot of action in it. Um, and it went pretty fast, to be honest. Boom says she's a menace to society's feet. Oh, Endgame was like 3 hours. That's the thing about like these movies, if they're good and long, that's what she said, they go by pretty fast. Shira says, feet are cool, boom, don't harsh my mellow. um yeah, it's like just it's hard to explain because I did like it. It's the easiest way for me to explain it maybe is it had like it reminded me a little bit of like the visuals and the tone of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Thor Love and Thunder, right? So a lot of people think Thor Love and Thunder sucks. It's the worst movie. And for me, it wasn't like I enjoyed it. Like there was a movie in there that was good. But again, Thor Love and Thunder to me was very comic booky. You could be doing something and then that stupid goat shows up or something, whatever it was, just making noise. Like, come on. Like the goat showed up 4 or 5 times in the movie. I'm like, you like calm down with this goat. And then I was saying how at certain parts you just know there's going to be a joke. You hear the dialogue and you're like, all right, here comes the joke, right? So it doesn't mean I didn't like Thor Love and Thunder. There was just things in there that to me didn't need to be there. But in the 2 hours, like there was a movie in there that was fun and good. Kira says her friend got up 3 times for Endgame. I was like, do you have the bladder of an infant? I couldn't. Even if I had to use the bathroom, Endgame, the first time I watched it, I was just at the edge of my seat. Like, what the hell is going to happen? Kind of similar here. Like, I didn't want to miss anything. Because, again, it looked beautiful and 90 to 95% of the visual effects were really good. Very few that were not. Shira said, do they objectify Superman Clark Kent in this new film? Not that I mind, but we saw a lot of Harry Henry Cavill. He never has his shirt off in the movie. No. There's there's a oh my god, it's already 8:30. I gotta turn my light back on. Actually, that looks pretty good with it dark. No, he never has his shirt off. He obviously loves Lois. They have a couple of intimate scenes where they hug and kiss each other. And we saw one of them in the trailer, so you know that. But no, there's no, the only, I don't know what to call it. If I use objectify, I wouldn't use that word, but the character Cat Grant shows a lot of cleavage. But besides that, there's nothing really sexy about the movie, which again is fine. Boom says, I do utilize the Run P app. Oh, I forgot about that. Kira says, even in Guardians of the Galaxy, the male characters get shirtless, the women less so, if at all. Yeah, I do remember in Guardians of the Galaxy 1, you don't obviously see it, but Gamora is topless. You see her from the back, though, I think. I think it's when they first get arrested. I think she might be putting her jumpsuit on or maybe changing off of it. But yeah, obviously they're not going to show tits in a comic book movie. But yeah, it is the first in a long time where you don't at least see the male superhero with his shirt off. Because even in Ant Man, I think yeah, we saw Paul Rudd with no shirt in Ant Man plenty of times. Thor, obviously. Chris Evans, obviously. Pretty much everybody. Shira says, Michaela Hoover plays Cat Grant in this new Superman. That really sounds like an adult actor name. I'm just curious because I like when people play a character and they just look totally different. Like Brosnahan, who plays Lois Lane, like you could tell, it's her. It's just her in regular clothes. But when you get a character like all dressed up and different hair and glasses, kind of like what's his name as Guy Gardner? Oh Jesus, the one who plays Castle from Firefly. Like it's him, but they make him look so goofy. Let's see, Michaela Hoover. Oh, she looks nothing like her. Nothing at all. That's so funny. And I'm only seeing one picture of her. Yeah, that was a really good costume job. I would never have guessed that this um, woman played Cat Grant. Not even close. That's awesome. Boom says, in one of the Deadpools, doesn't Colossus get embarrassed by a bare boob? Oh, yeah, yeah. In Deadpool 1, yeah, when they're having a fight, what's her name? I don't remember her character name, but yeah, he pauses the fight so she could fix herself. Which, to be honest, is actually like, it's funny. Yeah, it was funny. But two, it's like a realistic way to show like a boob in a comic book movie. Like it would happen. She was fighting in like a sports bra or something. I mean, I don't know how often that happens, but it seems like something that if you're in a fist fight with a superhero could actually happen. Kira says the bowl cut for Guy Gardner is canon. Yeah, I've seen pictures. I'm surprised they used that character. Like, oh, let's use this ridiculous looking one. But when you see the movie, the characters that are together are all ridiculous, right? Really, except for Mr. Terrific. Shira says, oh, sorry, Boom says, I flippin' love Colossus. Always one of my faves. I liked him in Deadpool. Shira says, Piotr is a true gentleman. Boomhauer, of course, his Colossus persona is shy. He and Kitty Pryde don't hook up until later, and he sleeps with this alien chick in Secret Wars. See, Shira knows the comics. Shira, you would probably freaking love Superman. Like, you know all this shit. I honestly, I can't believe it's 8:30 already. I think I started this live. Oh no, I started at 7:30. All right, I thought it was an hour and a half. But Fillion, yeah, he was good as Guy Gardner. That's another of the characters where Nathan Fillion, I love him as an actor. I don't know anything about Guy Gardner besides what I've read from people. So he does a good job. The character is fun, but I didn't need him in the movie. Like I didn't need him, and I didn't need Hawk Girl either, because him, Hawk Girl, and Mr. Terrific are like a team. But when you meet them, Mr. Terrific knows everything. He knows everything. His tech is top notch. If he needs to hack into something, he could do it. If he needs a bomb or whatever, he could do it. He doesn't need them. Like, it was just, I didn't really need them to be in the movie, to be honest. Where am I? Shira says the only DC stuff I like is the animated stuff, and Young Justice gives us a good serving of Guy Gardner. His willpower is even stronger than Hal Jordan. Glenn, what's going on? He says she saved his life in Battle World, and he equated that with love. What? Sorry, Glenn. What? I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't mean to be rude. I don't know a lot about um, DC like comic books or Marvel comic books, and you might be talking about something else. I'm sorry, I'm just confused. Oh, Colossus. Kira says Mr. Terrific is a scene steal I've heard. Some people just use that term loosely. I particularly don't like when people say scene stealer. It's just the people that he's in with have no personality. Like his personality just in general outshines theirs. So when he's in it, like, yeah, you gravitate towards him because he's more fleshed out. He's smarter. He's better. He has all the tech. Like, he's the shit. But I still think, all in all, in general, it is a Superman movie. And luckily, Superman was the scene stealer. Like, they did a good job of having Mr. Terrific be, no pun intended, terrific, but really not outshine the main character. But Mr. Terrific, that's the first time I ever seen him in anything. And I really like his character. Kira says Glenn is talking about Secret Wars. You all, Glenn, they know all about that. I am not that familiar with it. Glenn says, sorry, I just got here and I knew the subject at hand. They don't have to apologize. If you know what you're talking about, just talk. Because everyone here, I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, especially on Superman. Like, I'm just talking about what I saw in the theater, and I need everyone who knows the lore to like teach me stuff. Like, as I said, I didn't know what the hell Mr. Terrific was. Never heard of him until this movie. And if they put out a movie with him or a show, I'm watching it. Just curious, Glenn, were you searching for Superman movies reviews, or did you happen to check out one of my reaction videos? Just curious. One, thank you for hopping on the live and finding me. Just wondering how you did, and hopefully you stick around with a sub because we do have a lot of fun here. Russell Whitkemper on TikTok. What's going on? Did you see Superman yet? What else can I talk about? Superman. Um, yeah, like, and I don't, I think I'm repeating myself again when I say it's a comic booky movie where like you immediately get it. So there are things that you don't really need to question. Like if they were trying to make this movie realistic, like hyper realistic, there'd be plot holes. Like I would have questions, but they weren't trying to do that, so I didn't care. Right? It's just like, oh, this is a silly, fun, silly movie. Like, of course this could happen. It's just like fun. Like you see it in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. Lois Lane flies basically a UFO, and there's no explanation on how she learns. But you don't really care because it's Mr. Terrific's ship, and he's just like, fly it. It's very easy and intuitive. And you take his word for it because he's shown to be smart, he's shown to be truthful. He's not a shady character. He doesn't lie about anything. He's there to do his job. So when he tells someone it's easy and intuitive, like I believe him because that's the kind of movie it is. But I'm sure there are other people who are like, how the hell is she flying? Like, I don't care. Like, that's not what type of movie this is. Kira says his T spheres give Mr. Rick so many abilities, but he's a genius. Dude, so this is again, I don't consider it a spoiler, but everyone knows James Gunn loves music and he uses music extremely well in his movies. So whenever there's cool fight scenes in Guardians or like a hero shot, boom, needle drop song. And he picks his music. I think he said he picks the songs before he even starts filming, right? To get the perfect song, unless they can't license it. So obviously, when James Gunn's directing Superman, I'm like, there's no way he's gonna put music in this. Like, you can't do Superman with needle drops. Like, that's so corny. I will tell you, and I only remember one, but there is a needle drop in this, and it is beautiful. And the reason why it's beautiful is because it's not for Superman. Shearer says Hawkwoman would have been given more to do. Thinks she was in the Black Adam movie with The Rock, and we didn't get a lot of her even then. I think Hawkman was in Black Adam. Hawk, they called her Hawk Girl in this, I think. And then I have a question, but you might not be able to answer it because you haven't seen the movie yet. There's a part of the movie where she's flying, holding someone, and I swear she makes the sound of a hawk. Like, I think that happened. Glenn says, you came up in my suggestions. I'll always check someone out. It's hit or miss sometimes. I totally get you. I have fun here. My main goal is to watch. I try to watch things I know that I'm going to like. And I try to be as positive as I can be about stuff because I personally don't like grifters. I hate when people just pretend to hate something. Like, I understand if I see something and I don't like it, I'm not going to pretend that I like it, but I try not to shit on anything. And then I try not to say, if you like it and I don't, that you're an idiot. I don't do that. I think one of the best examples might be I did a reaction to Catwoman with Halle Berry. I think I might have been like harsh on that one. I do still get people commenting that they don't say bad things, but it's like this movie's not as bad as you make it. Like, I don't know. I think if someone likes Catwoman, that's fine. I just thought it was terrible and they wasted Halle Berry. Like, if you got Halle Berry in her prime, and I say that, I don't mean age wise. I just mean like she was just like she could do more, right? I don't know if she did all her stunts, but you get her to be Catwoman and that's the movie you make. That's just what disappointed me. Shearer says, "Oh, you're right. My bad." Glenn says, "Amen, brother." Kira says, "The origin of Hawkman woman is somewhat topsy-turvy in the comics, so no one's story is correct. But I don't remember them making hawk sounds unless they have Alexa and speaker." I'm telling you, I heard it. And then there's another thing that I swear that I heard. No one, I mean, I don't have like 60 Twitter followers, but there was a scene in the movie where there's a guy that goes into a thing. No, he goes into a room, and then in that room, there is a thing that he goes into to go somewhere. And I think they played the Robert Pattinson, the Batman theme, like that really dark. I swear it was from the Batman. I just need someone to confirm it or deny it, but no one is responding to it. Glenn says, never once in comics. There's supposed to be intergalactic police. Interesting. Yeah, because, and again, in the comics, is it just like an outfit? Or this is probably a stupid question because I watch Rick and Morty. So I know there's bird person. He is, I believe, a bird and a person. Like Hawkman and Hawkwoman, are they like part human or do they wear uniforms like costumes in the comics? Because I will say they did not shy away from giving Hawkgirl a super corny outfit, as well as Guy Gardner. But I know that's what he wears. Like Hawkman and Black Adam, like they made him look cool. Shira says, "Good point, Glenn." Because Isabella Merced, everyone loves her. She's great, but man, the outfit they gave her, like that mask was comic book, like exactly comic book mask. Let me see if anyone actually answered my question. I highly doubt it. Nope. Where am I? Glenn says they changed it dozens of times, but the wings were part of the uniform at first. Kira says, have you watched Justice League? Good cartoon. It goes into the history. I have not. When it comes to DC lore, again, one of my friends, Manny, he always suggests animation, and I just don't have the time to watch it. But he always tells me to watch the like Justice League stuff and some Avengers cartoons. Um, but I haven't. I'll have to do that. Like Kira or anyone who's on, if you are like, okay, these are like the, I don't know, two, three, four episodes of something. If you watch this, you'll get Hawkman or Hawkwoman. Like you tell me, I'll try to find it. Because since I may have unlocked the secret to watching a show with everyone because of unpaid rentals, then it's easier. I could just throw it on, watch it with everyone. That would be cool. Do, do, do. Dee, dee, dee. Okay. Oh man, I gotta get that information. Who could I? I could probably. Oh, I know who I could ask. I think I know. Dun, 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 dun. So crazy. I don't think I need that. Oh, what else? Any other questions anyone has about Superman? We got to the nitty gritty. No bare chest scenes. No butts. Good fights. Good action. Funny, silly dialogue. Um, cool cameo. Cameo I didn't need. Boom says, I really never heard a bad word about the Justice League animated show. I need to watch it. Let me go to Google. Justice League animated. All right, so we have, I'm guessing you're talking about Justice League 2001 two seasons. And the episodes are season 1 is, oh, season 1 is a good 26 episodes. Season 2 is 26 episodes. Glenn says, I'm glad to hear a perspective that isn't yes or no. Justice League Unlimited is good too. Glenn's been on for 10 minutes, already level 1. How about that? Congratulations. I can't even speak. Oh, but I am going to say for like the 5th time that it's going to be fun when they introduce more main characters together. I know it's going to be years before we get to Justice League in the movies, because I mean, when you think about it, and it all depends on geography where James Gunn is putting these things, but like in Batman vs Superman, from what I remember, Gotham was right across the water from Metropolis, right? And that movie, when they were on Lex Luthor's helipad, they were able to see Gotham City, I think. So in this world, if he puts Gotham across the country or something, maybe Superman doesn't know who Batman is yet, even though Superman has been Superman for 3 years. But Batman will definitely be aware of Superman because Batman is aware of everything. So that will be interesting. Glenn said, I did what? Yeah, I have a little bot that it's supposed to like help keep the chat clean, but also there's a cool little feature where depending on how much you talk, you get leveled up. It's just fun. Sheer says, I don't think the Justice League cartoons are bad. I just think they needed to crawl so other series could run. There was a cute Martian Manhunter Christmas episode. That's cool. That's pretty dope. I don't even remember what I was talking about now. But yeah, I'm sure whenever we get a Batman, he'll be aware. Because I feel like in general, Batman is aware of everything. So if there's Superman, Hawk Girl, Guy Gardner, all these people that Batman already knows. Plus, they're on the news, like everyone knows. So of course, Batman is. But is Batman ever on the news? I don't know. We don't know. We don't even know who our Batman is, but we do know, according to Creature Commandos, which is canon, Batman has been Batman for probably, I think it was like 10 years. Whenever they show that Dr. Phosphorus little flashback and Batman's silhouette shows up. So he's been around. Shira says, I read that already. Jay says, I'm back. Well, Jay said, Batman, I heard my friend Bruce mention. Oh, I was just talking about in this new universe, Superman's been Superman for 3 years, but I think Batman has been active for way more than 3 years because in the Creature Commandos show, they do a flashback with Dr. Phosphorus and Batman shows up as a silhouette. And the flashback, I think, was more than 10 years before. So I feel like Bruce Wayne is going to be probably 10 years older than Superman. Kira says, plus we have artist John Byrne to thank for a Henry Cavill type Superman. He's the first that drew him to be a hairy man's man that wasn't an awkward one. Boom says, still waiting for Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Nightingale. It could have been cool. Oh, you're talking about from the Christopher Nolan Batman? Jay says, here is the boom. Shearer says, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Sigh. There was some random movie that I think we were watching that he was in, and I don't remember what it is. It was just something weird, and he was a kid. What the hell was it? I don't know. I knew you meant Nightwing. I was like, Nightingale. What character is that? Glenn says Metropolis should be like DC to Gotham's New York. Not as far as Chicago in reverse, but the concept is there. Okay, I know some people say in different mediums like cartoons or movies or comics that even Gotham City moves from like New York to Chicago or something. It just depends on who the writer is and where they want it, but I don't know too much. Boom says he was flipping hilarious on Third Rock. Third Rock was funny. Shearer says Levitt was also in an episode of that 70s show where his character makes a pass at Eric. Interesting. I think I'm running out of water. Oh, it's funny. When I was looking up the Justice League cartoon, I scrolled down and there's a 3-part finale, and 2 of the thumbnail pictures are Hawkgirl. That's funny. Wait a second. James Spader does a voice in this show? Duh, man. I thought today was Friday. I totally forgot it's Thursday. I think I gotta wake up early. Boom says he forgot that he forgot that Shearer. Good episode. He had that badass car. Glenn says he was an Amish kid that was freaked out by rays on his face. Are we talking about Gordon Levitt or his character? Oh, rats on his face. Kira says, if you get the time to watch, find Guy Gardner sings about his ass. Oh, you guys, man. I gotta look that up. But oh, it's 9 p.m. I want to thank everyone for hopping on. I know I didn't give anyone much time. Like I was telling Latheus earlier, I hopped on 5 minutes before I went live. I just wanted to talk about the movie and hope people showed, and my people showed up. So I was very happy, and Glenn showed up. As I said, always welcome. I go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. So I would love if you enjoy the channel to subscribe and maybe you stop by on Tuesday. That would be cool. Boom says, evil Kira for the win. What did I miss? What did Kira say that I missed? I have to go through all this. Oh, about the thing. I'm going crazy here. Shearer said, if you stream tomorrow, that would be cool. Get some rest. I might, like I said, the kind assassin is going to meet with some of her friends. So maybe I find an episode, or maybe I watch the first episode of Justice League and we talk about it. Kira says, it's not even naughty, but Guy Gardner is a train wreck. All right, guys. I'm going to call it a night, 9 p.m. But again, if I do go live tomorrow, I will try to give everyone way more notice. So my work morning shouldn't be too bad. When I get home, I'll know what time the kind assassin's hanging out. And then I should be able to set it so you guys know, oh, it's going to be 4 hours from now. So Lathea's like, shit, I'm just back. Well, don't worry, Lathea's. There's a more than 75% chance I'm going live tomorrow as well. So we'll see. So Boom says, cheers, everyone. Yeah, sleep well, everyone. Matthias, like always, thank you for hopping on, everyone. But Matthias, thank you for staying up to the ass crack of the morning to hop on. And yeah, hopefully I see you all tomorrow. Peace, guys.